Yo, what's up guys, it's your favorite commentary channel, Cyrix here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. So today we're going to be taking a look at a channel that goes by the name of Communist Creeper. So if you guys don't know who Communist Creeper is a relatively small commentator. And he's pretty much become the biggest punching bag within the small commentary community, and rightfully so. People in the small commentary community like Toxic Distress, maxbtshow, Mythical, Brother Near, Krillix, and even Nomis Yao have even made videos on him. So it's safe to say he's not well liked within the community. Anyway, so today we're going to be taking a look at one of his videos called A Cheeto in the Far Right, where he tries to paint another commentator, a Cheeto, as a transphobe. And it's for the stupidest reason too. Anyways, without any further ado, let's dive right into this dumpster fire of a video. Roll the intro.
Hey everyone, Creepy here. Today we're going to be talking about my favorite reactionary commentator.
We're not even 5 seconds in and I'm already seeing so many things wrong with this video. First of all, what is that mic quality? Are you recording this on a goddamn Xbox 360 headset or some shit? Because that mic quality is just terrible, man. Also, what the hell is that gameplay, dude? It looks like a knockoff Five Nights at Freddy's game or something. And there's not even any background music here whatsoever. And this is one of the many things people keep criticizing Creeper for his awful content.
Cheeto. Also, something really cool about this video Cheeto made is that all the clips of people from the LGBTQ+ community come from libs of TikTok and from his Twitter account that has been known to get bomb threats sent to children's hospitals for supporting trans people. So it's really good to know who a Cheeto stands with. Now, a Cheeto could play ignorant, but a Cheeto, there you go. I just told you that. But a Cheeto, there you go. I just told you that. But a Cheeto, there you go. But a Cheeto, there you go.
Excuse me, what did you just say? Creeper, your audio splicing is so bad, bro. Like, how do you manage to mess up one of the most basic elements of editing? Like, this part feels like I'm missing some form of context here. Also, in the next clip where he shows a Cheeto's video, he likes to speed up the videos that he's reacting to for some odd reason. So it's gonna be quite weird to listen to the video.
You shouldn't be supporting libs of TikTok for what they've done, so stop supporting them. There you go.
Kill yourselves! Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So I feel like the average person that watches my videos is anywhere from like 8th grade to college. You know, pretty wide range of people who watch my stuff. But like 90% of the people that watch my stuff have experiences with teachers. You know, either good ones, bad ones, or ones that you don't think too strongly about. For me, I think I had a pretty healthy mix growing up. I had some teachers I really liked, some teachers I hated, and some teachers that, you know, just kind of were there. But I gotta say, I am worried for this future generation, okay? Because there's this thing going on right now where teachers are posting on TikTok like all these things that happen in their classrooms, and they talk about like, you know, the things that they do as teachers. And bro, these teachers are weird, man. Like, what is going on? Like, I see these TikToks of these weird ass teachers and I think, oh man, thank God I had some normal teachers growing up. Like, even if I didn't like them, at least they weren't doing this sort of stuff. Now, I don't want to get into these specifics because we're gonna get there in a second, but like, just prepare yourself because this is gonna be some oddball activity. And yeah, just leave a like on this video. I think that this video is gonna be one that might get some pushback. I am predicting that I'm gonna get comments saying something like, well, these teachers, they're just expressing themselves and that's okay. And yeah, we're just gonna see why that's just not what's exactly happening here. But yeah, I don't want to spoil it, so let's get into it.
Green said to make a channel intro video, so here's mine. Hi, I'm Mr. K, and I'm a music teacher on Outschool. I teach all age ranges from 3 years old to 18 years old. And I focus on all different aspects of music. How to make it, how to enjoy it, what impact it might have on our society.
Okay, so far, this could be a totally normal teacher. You know, he cares about what he's teaching, he enjoys teaching, you know, his students like what he's teaching. This guy could be a great teacher.
But you might notice Mr. K only makes up about half this channel. Hi, I'm Miss B, and I'm the drag queen music teacher on Outschool.
I'm out. Goodbye.
Cheeto, what is wrong with someone dressing in drag? There's literally nothing wrong with some man wearing makeup and wearing a dress.
He never said there was anything wrong with that. Instead of cutting him off, how about you know, let him explain his position first? Like, we're only a fifth into the video and this dude is already being extremely disingenuous.
This literally just comes from fear-mongering going on in the world currently. The LGBTQ+ community is under fire for no good reason, and Cheeto makes money by going along with the fear-mongering.
Where was the fear-mongering in that? He just said he was out and then just dipped. There was no fear-mongering. Also, another thing with Communist Creeper is that he likes to throw around these words he has little to no knowledge of, in hopes of using them as some sort of gotcha moment, but in reality, he just makes himself look extremely dumb.
Goodbye, Cheeto channel. Have a good day. Why is this a normal thing in our society? What benefit does this bring to society? You know, forget society. Yo, what benefit does this bring to the musical classroom?
There's literally nothing wrong with men dressing in drag. People, a lot of the time, like to claim that drag queens are undressing in front of children, but If anything, people in drag usually wear more clothes than other people do. But I guess men just can't wear dresses for some reason that will never be stated. Cheeto just assumes that everyone agrees with him that they're icky and gross.
Bro's really pulling a straw man here. Like, nowhere in that clip did a Cheeto say that men can't wear dresses. All he's saying is that wearing that type of clothing in a classroom full of 4-year-olds doesn't really bring any sort of benefit whatsoever. Not only that, but it could possibly even confuse the child later on in life. Because if your teacher comes into class dressed as a man one day, but the very next day he comes into class wearing makeup, wearing dresses, and acting extremely feminine. Like, that's obviously gonna confuse the child and warp its perception on gender, if you know what I'm saying.
Alright, let me just fully break this down, okay? So this guy's saying he loves to teach music, he's a music teacher, he teaches all ages. That part is fine, that part's actually very good. I like a teacher who cares about what they're teaching, that's dope. But then for some oddball reason, this guy basically just reported that he sometimes shows up to his classroom dressed up like a girl, and he pretends to be a girl while he teaches the classroom.
Children probably wouldn't care of someone dressing in drag unless like their parents would tell them that it's bad for men to wear dresses, which clearly Cheeto was told that growing up.
Dude, you don't understand. The kids are fine with it, and it's perfectly okay to do it. Like, bro, do you realize how extremely retarded you sound right now? And even if the children don't care, it doesn't excuse the fact that he's doing something LGBTQ related in front of 4-year-olds. Because historically speaking, drag has been a part of gay culture for the longest time now. So even if the children don't care, it's still kind of weird that you're, doing this in front of a bunch of preschoolers.
Also, drag queens don't pretend to be girls, they're just men who dress up in dresses and makeup.
So there's a lot I want to say here, but the clip is not finished yet, so I'm gonna let it play out in its entirety.
Most of my classes are for learners ages 3 through 9. I mostly teach music and story time, where we read a couple picture books and sing some songs about the stories we read. And I also teach some music classes like Miss B's Musical Adventure. So I get asked a lot, why be a drag queen music teacher? Why not just be a music teacher? And there's 2 big reasons behind that. Number 1, drag is fun.
Pause. I know I said I'd let the whole clip play, but bro, we have to talk about that. So this guy likes to do drag, which is the fact that he dresses up like a girl and role plays being a girl. So he does it in his classroom in front of little kids because it is, quote, fun.
What's wrong with men being in makeup and in dresses in front of little children?
Again, this type of stuff should never have a place in preschool. And this stuff doesn't bring any sort of benefit to the classroom or to the kids in general. And that's why things like sex ed exist in middle school and high school. Because by then, they're teenagers and going through puberty, so they're gonna be asking why they're feeling this way. God, you're so dumb, dude.
There's nothing harmful about this unless you think children seeing members of the LGBTQ+ community is inherently harmful. This is literally just fear-mongering. This is fear-mongering coming from the far right, and Cheeto is just using the exact same points and logic as them.
Again with the fear-mongering BS. Do you not know what fear-mongering is? I swear, Creeper likes to throw around fear-mongering like it's some sort of overused buzzword. Fear-mongering would be something like, hide your kids, hide your wives, because those dirty Muslims and those dirty Arabs are gonna start blowing up the Twin Towers. In YouTube, that was just an example, right? So don't flag this video down.
This guy gets pleasure out of seeing little kids look at him when he's dressed up as a girl. Did that sentence make you uncomfortable? Well, it should, because you never had that growing up. I never had that growing up.
Cheeto is trying to make this man out to be some sort of predator for wearing a dress.
And when did he say or even imply that he was a predator? Like, all he said was the fact that he's doing this in front of kids is kind of weird. He didn't even mention or even insinuate the fact that this dude could be some sort of child predator. So Creeper, you're just blatantly lying at this point.
If you are uncomfortable by a person wearing a dress, it is likely just because you were taught that men should not wear dresses. Oh, how scary, a dress. Also, just because you didn't grow up with something doesn't make it bad.
Oh my god, it's almost like that wasn't his point at all.
Some people grew up with segregation, so I guess that's just good. Some people grew up with slavery, I guess it's just good.
We didn't have to wonder what gender our teacher would show up looking like. He says it makes the class fun. Well, I gotta say, the kids probably are confused more than anything. I mean, you said you're teaching 3-year-olds? Like, oh my god. A little bit of a Cheeto lore here. I was a late talker. I didn't really start speaking full sentences until I was 4 years old, which I think is actually kind of ironic because now I speak for a living, basically. But I bring that up to show you how young 3-year-olds are. When you're 3, you have your mom and your dad, they raise you, they fulfill a specific role in bringing you up. But if you're going to this music class and you see somebody who looks like your dad one day, and then he looks like your mom the other day, that's gonna like mess up your perception of what exactly male and females are. And depending on the kid's own gender, right? If there's a young boy looking at this teacher who's a male one day and a female the next day, or not actually a female the next day, but dressing up like a female the next day, that kid being as young as he is might be getting some confusion as to who he is.
It's a good thing they're in school so they could learn things. It's almost like that's what you go to school for.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I never thought I would have to deal with somebody this retarded, but here I am, I guess. Creeper, I'm gonna say this in the simplest way possible, just so your peanut-sized monkey brain could actually comprehend this. You shouldn't teach a preschooler about this stuff. You should wait until they are a teenager so they can comprehend this stuff. There you go. I just explained it for you.
Of course, a Cheeto wants people to go to school to be propagandized into things he believes in. If a child is confused, just explain it to them. It's not bad to teach children things.
Yeah, because it's perfectly okay to teach kids about the LGBTQ when they're just 5 years old. God, I sound like a broken record at this point, but I guess it's a result of having to explain this 1,000 times to this absolute brainlet.
Of course, a Cheeto wants people to stay ignorant because he's ignorant. Also, I find it funny that this guy is against confusing children in a school setting. School, a place where you learn things. A Cheeto is just against learning. He doesn't want people to learn because he doesn't want them to be smart because he's not smart.
I don't know, sounds like a bit of projection to me, buddy.
But let's push all of those aside for a second. Let's just look at this as if there's no consequences to it. Teacher shows up some days doing drag, and while he's in drag, he talks like a girl to his students, right? Okay, let's assume there's absolutely no downside to that existing. What exactly does it bring to the classroom? Like what is the benefit of it?
What does it bring to the classroom? Well, it's quite simple. It brings inclusion. If you're growing up and you find out you are a member of the LGBT+ community, knowing someone who is also a member of the community can help you feel safer and help you feel more accepted.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure preschoolers aren't finding out what their sexuality is. And if they are finding out, that's pretty concerning on the parents' part.
It doesn't enhance the way you teach. You're not teaching better material now that you're dressed as a girl.
Your clothes don't matter at all when it comes to teaching as long as you follow the dress code. Who cares? Sure, it doesn't make you teach better, but wearing a suit doesn't make you teach better. Your point? Yeah, if this teacher is wearing drag, it brings no material, so therefore it's not harmful.
The fact that you don't see a problem with the dude dressing up in drag in front of little children is kind of concerning to me, bro.
It's not gonna make the kids care about learning more. It's not gonna make the kids more focused. It's just gonna be a distraction. So I'm literally only seeing downsides to this. I'm not seeing a single benefit.
Big reasons behind that. Number one, drag is fun, and learning should be fun, and so much of our current education system has completely taken that out of the equation.
Yeah, I disagree. The teachers I had growing up were actually like pretty good at making the classroom fun. Like, especially in middle school, we were doing Kahoots, we were doing fun group projects, we would watch movies in class sometimes, you know, like I don't really think that my mid-50s male teachers who were all fathers, you know, dressing up like girls to come to class and teach would have made the classroom more fun.
Shido, please just admit you don't like trans people, drag queens, and anyone who doesn't fit your gender norm ideals.
I'm done. No. And this is what I mean by Creeper not knowing what he's talking about. Because instead of actually debunking his point, he instead throws a random ad hominem attack at a Cheeto. Like Creeper will sit up here and call anybody all the phobics and isms in the book. Because God forbid they don't want children to be learning about LGBTQ when they barely can even tie their shoes.
I think what this guy is trying to say is that doing drag is fun for him.
Apparently you can just not ever have fun when you are doing work.
Again, with the straw man fallacy, that wasn't the point he was trying to make.
Okay, it's not fun for the class, it's fun for him.
And so much of our current education system has completely taken that out of the equation. The second reason is because I didn't have queer teachers growing up. I didn't have queer teachers, I didn't have queer professors, I didn't have queer professionals in my life because they were all dead, largely ignored by the government and the society that they were supposed to be a part of. I want to make sure that the generations that are coming up now get the chance to see visibly queer teachers in a professional space so that they know that being queer and being whatever is absolutely okay. Thanks for watching, make sure to follow, bye!
Alright, so we got a lot to talk about here. So obviously, first of all, I feel like I don't have to say this, but I'll say it anyway. Don't send hate to this guy. It's not worth it. I think I can criticize people and have a civil, conversation without there being, like, unnecessarily bad outcomes. I feel like this can be productive. So the main reason why he gives as to why he does this is because he didn't have visibly queer teachers growing up. But I have to ask now, did you need visibly queer teachers growing up?
If you're growing up with more diverse people around you, you will learn more about the world. And clearly you needed this growing up because you have no idea what you were talking about. And all you do is push the same agenda that the far right is pushing in America.
He wasn't pushing any agenda whatsoever. He was just stating an opinion which I'm pretty sure anybody with a functioning brain could actually agree with. But I would say you're the one pushing an agenda because you're the one saying,
well, if you don't want kids to be learning about the LGBTQ, what they're into for, you must be transphobic and homophobic.
Like, that's literally how you sound right now, bro. Like, you're straight up delusional, my guy.
Like, from the age range that you teach, right? 3 to 9 years old. When you were 3 to 9 years old, did you need to see, like, a gay teacher with a rainbow shirt and rainbow sandals and rainbow everything to feel safe in the classroom? Like, that's a serious question. I'm gonna have to say the answer is probably no. On top of that, why would any sexuality need to be quote-unquote visible in a classroom?
It's literally just to help children understand the world around them. You are literally just scared of them learning.
Yet children should not be learning about this type of stuff at the age of 4. Like, I don't know why I have to keep repeating this stuff 100 different times for this dude to understand. It's like Like this dude's brain is so fried that he can't even understand basic information.
You know, unless you're talking about sex ed, like, I get that. But especially when you're talking about, like, you know, what do you say, 3 to 9-year-olds? Why do we have to have visible sexualities? That's f***ing weird.
He's clearly trying to make this sound like it's a sexual thing.
There's no way you actually said this. Like, there's no way you actually recorded this voice clip, rewatched the whole video from start to finish, and thought this was a good idea to leave it in. Because what you just said is single-handedly the most retarded statement I've heard in a while. And I've heard many retarded statements in my life, but this one just takes the cake. Like, how are you gonna sit here and say that sexuality isn't sexual when the root word is literally in the name? Like, this dude is literally the dumbest person I've ever met in this community, and that says a lot. Like, I've had to deal with so many stupid people in this community like Mushroom Girl and Root Tricks, but at least they weren't as stupid as Creeper though.
Yeah, you know, the more and more I think about it, this guy's actually strange, bro. Nah, because if you think about it, he's like trying to visibly show his like sexual preference to little kids.
Once again, this isn't sexual, it's more of a gender thing. But of course, Cheeto doesn't know the difference between those two things. Also gotta love the subtle implication that this guy is either a predator or supports predators. And that's much weirder than any of the things that this drag queen has said during the video. Of course, it's just more fear-mongering nonsense.
Once again, he never said or even insinuated that this dude was a predator. He just said what he was doing was weird. And again, with the fear-mongering stuff. Like, how many times are you gonna call fear-mongering?
Nah, that's weird. And I'm not even trying to like reach or anything. He's saying that. He's saying he wants his like, you know, queerness to be visible to the kids.
Like, what do you think they're gonna do? Do you think they're gonna perform anal sex in the classroom?
Get the hell out! Get out! Get out!
Creeper, what is going through your head that made you come up with this absolute abysmal conclusion? Because I guarantee nobody was even thinking about that until you brought that up.
What do you think? What's creepy about this? What are you talking about? You sound insane.
Weren't you the same dude who not even 5 seconds ago brought up the same thing that you're accusing a Cheeto for? If anything, you're the one who sounds insane and completely delusional.
And bro, like, that's just odd, you know? He's saying that he wants his students to know that it's okay to be queer. And you can tell them that, you know, maybe after they're past, like, I don't know, preschool? Maybe after elementary school? Like, Jesus, man.
Being queer isn't automatically sexual in the same way that being straight isn't automatically sexual. You making queerness sound like it's some kind of fetish is creepy, honestly.
First of all, yes, queer is sexual. Like, what the hell do you think determines who you want to smash or not? And second, nobody said it was a fetish. You're the only one who brought it up.
There are gay kids, you know. You don't. I guess you could just never wear your wedding ring in the classroom because that's just showing it off to children.
The fact that you genuinely tried to compare somebody wearing a wedding ring in a classroom to visibly showing off your sexuality to kids is genuinely stupid. Because with a wedding ring, it just shows that you're married. We don't know the gender you're married to. All we know is that you're married.
Also, 9-year-olds could have crushes. They have a slight understanding, and it's best to actually explain things to them, not just pretend that nothing exists.
You gotta stop telling these kids their sexuality is valid, as if kids, like 3 from 9, are thinking about doing sex at all.
No one ever talked about children having intercourse. You're the one who brought that up. What is wrong with you? Like, what do you think they're gonna do? Do you think they're gonna perform anal sex in the classroom?
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Like, bro, did you even watch your own video? Like, I'm convinced that this dude is some sort of AI. Because there's no way an actual normal human being would say something like this.
And it goes both ways. If some teacher is telling his 3-year-olds to 9-year-old kids, like, hey, kids, it's good and okay to be heterosexual. It's good and okay to be active with the opposite sex. I'd be like, whoa, yeah, that's weird.
He literally just finds gay people weird. Okay, there's nothing left to say about this man. He's just very open about his bigotry, but then at the very same time, he tries to deny it. What is wrong with this insane person?
A Cheeto never said anything about gay people. He just said he would find it weird if the teacher came up to a kid and said it's good to be active with the opposite sex. Like, I don't know if he's just intentionally doing this just to get some sort of gotcha moment out of a Cheeto, or if he's just this. Anyways, that's in this video, but you guys enjoyed. I don't know if Creeper's actually going to respond to this video because Brother Near made a video on him and he didn't respond to that. So I'm kind of uncertain if he's going to respond or not. And I'm probably going to get a bunch of response videos from a bunch of Communist Creeper's friends. Anyways, make sure you guys subscribe, join the Discord, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to the second channel. All the links will be in the description. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
You a bad beast, I'ma hit it like Luke Kane. No thoughts, really right with some new chains. Nice waist, pretty face with a big thing. Yeah, I fake, you a switch line, your shit.